Let's get down to it with real stories. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Liv. And this is the RL.
I don't think anyone really had that on their 2025 bingo card for you.
It's still not real that like we own a house.
Don't need nothing but a memory.
Stop it. Oh my God. Because if I get chills, that means truth. And I'm like...
Okay, welcome back to another week of the RL podcast. I'm your host, Liv.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel. And I'm so sorry. I didn't know that there were some people that were really invested in learning about my move and our new house and
told you,
life
like,
updates.
We should talk about it. You can't just like skip a whole like life section.
I just didn't think
just
people
skip
cared.
over it.
So I'm flattered that people care enough. I just was like, this is going to be boring. Like, who wants to listen to that? That's not girl talk. But it's life talk.
It is about like this section of life. So what we're talking about is Rachel has this gorgeous new beautiful home. Like, you know, a few weeks ago, me and Hayden were able to come and stay at your house because she had plenty of room for us. We had like a whole section of the house to ourselves. And it's so nice. And that was a flip-flop from where you started even a few months ago to decide to buy. So walk us through. How did you get here?
I feel like I'm being interviewed. Like
kind
the
of,
way you're like setting this up right now is kind of funny. I feel like
I
I'm
did not
like,
have a nice segue for that. So
it's super cute. Anyways, diving in. I don't know where to start. I mean, let's start back to who the hell thought I was going to buy a house in Missouri? Not me.
I don't think anyone really had that on their 2025 bingo card for you.
No, if you know me, Missouri's not top of my list of like favorite places to be on earth. But I'm like always on the move. However, we were just at that point in our life where it was kind of like, well, things are going really well for my husband's career right now. And we've got 2 young little babies. And we just need to take advantage of the opportunity that St. Louis is offering us.
Ready to dig in some roots.
Yes. And so...
Are you craving it a little bit too? Like,
not
it's
at all.
Nice. Not at all.
To like what? To like buy a house here?
Just to like have like a house to like make your own.
Yes,
though. Like,
but not in Missouri.
Sure.
It wasn't until it was finally like laid out on a map. Like it had to be laid out.
It was laid out to you. It was written down on a piece of paper.
Listen.
Like, this is the life. Listen, Linda.
Well, it's just like, listen, you're so lucky in the sense of like, okay, financially you guys are safe and you're doing very well. So that is a great opportunity. Lou keeps getting new opportunities with work. So that's really important right now as you're starting a career in your 20s. We've got 2 young kids in a place that has a lot of opportunities for kids and for families to grow.
It's a great family city.
Yes. Yeah.
She's like, much to my chagrin.
Yes. It is. I was going to say unfortunately, but I need to like honestly really change the narrative
like,
about this.
Reframe it.
I really do. I really do.
You landed in a place that, so to me, somebody who actually really likes it here, like it's, to me, this is like the perfect weather, like the perfect 4 seasons. It's
except for how humid it is in the summer. But
I love that personally though. Like I moved here from Florida and so everyone was like, oh, like Missouri's humid. I was like, thank God, because my hair, skin and nails really need it.
Okay.
Like truly, when I go to Chicago, I get like so dry. Like I sleep with a humidifier next to my bed. Yeah. And so down here, I think it is good for your skin and your hair. Yeah. So you got the perfect humidity, the perfect 4 seasons. We have long spring, long fall, Chicago.
I will say we have a legit fall and a legitimate string.
Seasons.
And like the fall is so nice. Like it
started and it's crisp.
Yeah, no, it honestly is really, really nice.
It's beautiful. And it's enough of a city where like you can find what you're looking for. It might not always be like the perfect thing, like in comparison to Chicago where we're from, but like you can find it. There is access enough. It's big enough of a city, but then it's small enough that the suburbs are accessible. And like, that's what it is here. It's the suburbs. So it's a nice family, slowed down lifestyle.
It is. It is. Honestly, like, if you had to sell a family on moving someplace, it could be St. Louis because of everything she said. All the activities you can do, a lot of places like museums.
Do you go hiking out here a lot though? Because there's
not anymore.
Really nice hikes.
There are. Forest Park is my favorite. It's a giant park that you can just walk laps around. There are so many things that are just free and available, and parking is really easy to like find if you're gonna go to like these things or like go and do activities. Traffic is really not bad. Sometimes, yeah, you get traffic jams, but like nothing compared to like an Atlanta, Chicago, New York, like nothing compared to like a big city. So I'll give it that. It's honestly, you don't realize until you come back to St. Louis and you're like, oh, okay, I don't mind this non-traffic, like 15 minutes to get anywhere. Not a problem.
15 minutes to get everywhere. Like I feel like Chicago's like 30 minutes to get everywhere. St. Louis like 15 minutes to get everywhere.
But
so you decided to buy. So then what did you do?
Well, so then when we finally, turned that leaf to being like, okay, you might as well take advantage of the opportunity here, because chances are you're not going to find what you already have right now somewhere else. So you might as well take advantage of the opportunity here, build on it. And then when the time comes, like maybe 5 years down the road before the kids start school, you can look at moving if you still want to.
So was that big on your radar? Because I feel like for a lot of people who haven't maybe bought a house, or if you're in your young 20s, something that you'll start to hear people say, I don't personally believe this, but I was told this a lot, is like, you don't buy a house unless you believe that you're going to be there 3 to 5 years at least.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. When I bought my first home, I was there for a single year. That worked out for me because of the way the market was going.
Yeah.
But because you sat down and you were like, I think we're going to be here 5 years, like, was that on your radar? Like how people say you don't buy a house.
Yeah.
Unless...
I mean, we talked to different people about it, because everyone always knew that we wanted to move. But when you continuously rent and then rent and then rent, at some point you're just throwing money away too. If you like know you're going to be here. The problem is like we didn't know how long we were going to be here, because the way things were working out with Luke's job is that it's like, well, things weren't lining up with the end of the lease first, when he would probably leave his work if we chose to do that with his projects going on. So at that point, it was just like, we need something to put our money into a little bit and just like take a pause and like just settle and grow and just see where the next chapter takes us. And so, then at that point, it was super exciting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was like exciting to think, oh my God, wait, so now we get to switch it, and like now we get to buy a house. But the only way I felt like okay with it was when it was laid out to me, like, okay, think about it. Like what in St. Louis do you not like enough? Like, what do you think you're gonna find elsewhere? Is it just the weather? Is it people? Like, is it activities? Like, is it this like image in your head that you have? Like, what in St. Louis is truly not working out for you? Because right now, like,
That's
you
fair.
have everything accessible. You can leave town whenever you want. You can hop on a plane and go wherever you want. You are 4 hours from family with a drive. Like, people can come and see you. So it's like,
that is the hard thing about Chicago too, is like, if you don't want to be in Chicago but your family's there, it's like, it's not like it's like Boston and New York and Philly, like how they're like all like right there and you can kind of be like a train ride away or something, but still in a big city. Like, it's not like that. Like, Chicago is the big city out there.
Yeah. And so it just like got to the point where it's just like, you can still have the life that you want or the life that you desire here in St. Louis, because you're in a position where it's like you can escape if you want. So you have vacation, like you can go to the warmth if you need the warmth. Like, you have seasons. So like in the end, it's like, okay, fine. Like, let's buy a house and let's stay here for a few years and see where it takes us. So
how do you feel about that now? Like, you're obviously deep into this, like, decision was months ago. Like, it's just like still seems like heavy on your chest of like, like,
for us, it's
we had
still
to make that choice. Like, how do you feel now?
It's still not real that like we own a house.
Okay.
It still feels like we're gonna pick up and
Which
go.
Which is interesting to me, because like they didn't just like buy a house, y'all. Like, they bought a house and like revamped it even before moving in, which to me is like luxurious, because I've never been able to do that. Like, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to be able to do that so bad. Like, maybe on the next house that I get to actually do projects without having to like live in it and do projects at the same time. And so like I feel like I didn't feel like I owned my house until I did something to make it mine, but you immediately did.
We did some stuff because it like needed some work. Like, it needed a repainting, and the floors, we have a ranch style home, and it's we love it. We love it so much. But the floors were like so scratched. I'm pretty sure they were like the original floors. So like it just needed like a revamp. And that's something that we were told explicitly, get it done before you move in if you can, because if you're going to try and get your floors done while all your furniture is in, and then you got to move all your furniture, like it's just not worth it. Just do it beforehand. So we did that. But what's interesting, and like I need to still figure this out for myself. I'm so set on not staying in St. Louis that like it's really hard for me. And also like when you're buying a house, a couple things. One, you don't want to overpay for a house if you don't think you're going to be here, because you'll never get like that money back. Like you'll never get that investment back. Two, if you're going to start doing renovations on the house too, like
now you're adding even more into it.
You're adding more into it, which sure, like it will become like a nicer home, so it can bump up the price maybe a little bit. However, it's like, well, how much do I want to put into this? Because am I ever going to make it back? I don't know. And it's like, is this the home we're staying in forever?
She's thinking of the investment.
Well, yeah, because I'm like, if it's not, then like, how much renovations do we want to do? If it is, then it's like, hell yeah, we're here for the rest of our lives. Like, let's deck it out.
So me and Hayden were staying at your house, you know, just the few weekends ago. He was like in the car, he was like, oh my God, their floors. I love their floors.
Really?
I was like, babe, I know those floors. So like future goals for sure on our radar.
What you guys think?
Yeah, right?
Everything.
No, I mean, pretty much it was the floors and we were like dead. But I knew he would love it. I was so excited to show Hayden their house because like I said, we've done a lot of projects and we've done work on homes, but we've never gotten to make choices that specifically were for like what we want forever, because just like how you're saying, we were always buying a home with the mindset of what's going to be good for the equity of the home, because we haven't yet been able to be in our forever home. So we left your house just like, oh, one day I can't wait to just like, yeah, we can landscape it however we want. Like we can build that outdoor kitchen and I can go wild with the tile choices in the bathroom because it's what I want and it won't matter. Like, of course the price is still going to like matter, but like it's not going to matter if it's what its value is to me and not the market. And that just seems like so like, oh, I can't wait to get to make those choices on a house.
What's hard is to imagine ever selling it again. Like once you start making it a home, you're just like, well, can we move and just like still keep the house and like have someone rent it or like just manage it? And like, I don't know. I mean, we could.
Hey, we do it.
But what's so funny is the people that sold us the house were only here for 5 years. The people before them are the ones that were here for like 30 something years. They raised a whole family here. They did majority of the work on the house that is really unique. Like we have wood paneling on some of our ceilings. It's beautiful. The backyard at its prime was probably gorgeous. However, it wasn't kept up. My guess is by the previous owners who sold it to us, because the guy who had lived here for like 30 something years, raised his family, rang our doorbell and we got to meet him, and he was just passing by through town. He lives out of state now. And he was extremely emotional, just like wishing us the best and like everything. So we invited him in and he was just like shocked to see some of the things that were still there. It was like the most innocent interaction and most genuine interaction.
Didn't he tell you about the tile in your kitchen?
So our tile in our kitchen right now is like super colorful, and the kitchen layout, the upstairs layout's a little funky. So, anyways, and it's something that we want to redo because it's not modern, but it does have like a certain charm to it. And so when that guy came in, he was like, oh my God, you guys still have the tile. Like the kitchen is still the same. And I was like, please explain to me
it is some dramatic tile.
What all this colorful tile
it's just because
is.
It's like primary colors, you know? It's not like there's a color scheme to it. I think that's what it is.
And he goes, I did that for my wife because she loves color, so I decided to make her a colorful kitchen. And I was like, I'm dead. I don't think I'll ever be able to redo this kitchen ever. We're gonna have to like save some of the tiles and like frame it like you suggested.
Yeah, I told her because I was like, you can still this is my 2 cents after having like been through a few homes that have been mine to actually mess with. And like even my very first home, I was like moving things around, and I came across an old recipe box.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like some of them?
No, but they were like super like old paper, and like I only lived at that house for a year in the end, and had like super fancy handwriting, you know, like back in the day. And so I did make a frame, and I put a bunch of those recipe cards like in the frame and laid it out and hung it in the kitchen, because I thought it was a really beautiful piece of the house and the house's history that I stumbled upon. So that's what I said to Rachel about her tile. I was like, when you break down that tile, you can put them in a cool like shadow box frame to the side, and you'll get to know the story. You can leave it with the house, or you can take it with you as your memory.
Yeah, I just would want him to come back so we can like give it to him.
That would be so cute. I would die if you did that.
And also, like, he has a plaque in the garage. Now that we've met him, we know this is his. He has like a big like plaque in the garage of his kids' height when they like were growing throughout the years, from like 1987 to like whatever the heck. And I'm like, I want to rip that off and like be able to give it to him so he can take it with. But like,
you should be like, sir, hold on just 1 second. Let me just rip off a piece of my house for
but
you.
There's little things like that where it's like, I'm not getting rid of that. That's just like,
it's the history of the house.
Yeah. And oh my gosh.
Okay, so take us back to, okay, you decide you're going to buy. How was it like? You got a realtor, like how was that? Like talk through the process. I know the process, but for some people who, you know, don't know what that looks like. I mean, it's kind of tough, I feel like, to
well, here's the thing. Buying a house is one of the largest purchases you'll ever do in your life, most likely. Most people. And you're like all the legality of it, like there's a lot of legal things that you don't want messed up when you're buying a house, and like that you don't want to be like accidentally like gypped out of or something. So yeah, we've got a realtor who was recommended to us by someone else, and she knows what she's doing. And I think honestly having a realtor that's experienced is worth it, because that means like they know how to negotiate. They're negotiating on your behalf for everything ideally in your favor. So she was fantastic. I mean, we would see homes like sometimes multiple times a week. She would like pick up and be like, guys, this just came on, like, do you want to see it, blah blah blah. And she was never ever pushy, and that's like what I appreciate the most, because she was not like money hungry, because they're fully commission based.
You were looking for a home for kind of a while too, weren't you?
I think for like a few months, yeah. And then we took a pause, like when I was, you know, after I had baby number 2, and then the first outing we had after baby number 2 to like go back and like look at homes, we found the home, and we just knew we like little funky, we like funkier designs. We like something that's unique and not just like a cookie cutter house that's like made cheaply, which is what you're finding a lot of now. So yeah. Luke and I enjoy finding unique style homes, not like weird or like ugly, but like
that I wouldn't have guessed that for you guys. I would have thought that you would have wanted like a new build or something, just because of how like fresh and modern you like to keep things.
Yeah, we looked at new builds and then quickly realized that they were going for an obnoxious amount for cheap labor, materials. Like they just looked like they would fall apart if someone like blew on them.
Being like
house.
A homeowner's insurance adjuster, I think those homes are definitely, they can't even find like lumber that's half as strong as it used to be in old homes, because they don't let them grow long enough to get that strong. So no, it's like actually scares me to get a new build home, minus the fact that one day I kind of feel like I'll need to like build my own home.
And they're all like, they all look the same. Like I don't want to know what my neighbor's house looks like by just living in my own, if that makes sense.
It's cool because your house does have character, because like you walk in like the main like
there's
sitting
a sunken
area
living room
is sunken.
Who knew that would be like
it's like funky, but because you redid like all the paint and all like the flooring, it's still like
it looks fresh. Cool. Like that's why I can't wait to like keep designing it and making it look even like more us.
So you're looking for funky and character. Like what else?
We're looking for character
on your radar.
Quality, location was super important. Like ideally,
how'd you decide out here?
We just got lucky with this location, but I mean, we were looking at a radius of like 20-25 minutes from Luke's work.
Yeah.
Minus the neighborhoods that are not so good. But like out west, and like further out from the city is ideally where we were looking. And so anything that kind of popped up in our price range in a good area, it's like, okay, like let's go take a look at it, because you never know. The amount of homes that look fantastic on the MLS and look so good, but then when you go in person, you're like, I don't know how people buy homes like without ever visiting it. I don't know, because it's like there's multiple times where it's like, oh my God, this looks incredible. We get there in person, we look like one step into the house and we're like, oh, absolutely not. Like there's some houses it was like tilted back, like the entire, like it wasn't flat. What the fuck? And there's some you don't realize, like heavy smokers or like dogs, and like one had like cat urine all over the previous carpet, so like it sunk into the floors. Like you can't get rid of that smell. Like you'd have to rip up the flooring and redo it.
I think too it's incredible how like the MLS being like the master kind of list of homes that are on the market. I don't know what MLS stands for. You probably
multiple
do.
listing service.
Okay, yeah. And anyway, that it shows you how important like good photography and good lighting is for these photos, for these homes to sell, because I swear you can price the home way higher if you just have good photos of it. Truly. Like the house that I ended up buying, my first home, the photos were like clearly taken on an iPhone by somebody, and they were basically of like the corner of a room. Like you could tell they didn't know how to like zoom out or like figure it out. And all of the house was like dark colors. So it just looked really like drab. And I went over there. My friend was my real estate agent. And we go over there and I'm like looking around because I'm like, what's wrong with this house? Like that was like essentially the game we were playing with every house we went into. It's like, okay, what's wrong with this one? And we were like, no, literally nothing's wrong with it. We're like, oh my God, I think what's wrong with it was the photos. We're like, did we really get that lucky?
Yeah.
And we did.
There's some where it's just like, I'm just not even gonna bother looking at that in person, because if you don't care enough to get professional photos, you probably didn't care enough to take care of the house enough, and then I'm probably just gonna be walking into a lot of shit that
or it was a gem.
Yeah, I mean, this is me just being
but because they didn't have good photos, I got it for so much cheaper and no competition.
Interesting fact, when you're looking at homes, foreclosures we were kind of like told to kind of like steer away from foreclosed homes, and it's really sad that, you know, home got foreclosed on. However, we were told that like some people in spite will start messing with the house because they know,
or take out all the plumbing or electric and stuff,
or clog the toilets, or they'll do shit to the house because
they don't want it.
Well, they're getting booted out of their own house, so they're just like, fine, F you, I'm going to do some shit to it, have it.
Wow. Nobody's ever said that to me before. And that makes like a lot of sense. And that's disappointing and sad. But also so true. If you're trying to buy your forever home. Yeah.
You kind of want to figure out how much money you're going to put into it, like right up front. But anyways, we just got lucky one day and we came to this one, and it was like, mind you, like every single house that we had put an offer in before, we were getting outbid by like cash offers, and like the most we were outbid by was $250,000 on a house that had to like was kind of like a fixer upper.
Like, what is that?
I don't know.
They have to live there forever. They will never get that money back.
Never,
I'm
ever,
so confused by that.
Ever. We had no competition. No one like hardly came to the open house. We got it for only $10,000 over asking. So like it was just meant to be. And when it's meant to be, it'll happen and it'll click, and we just couldn't believe it. And the close, everything went so smoothly.
No appraisal gaps, no like need to negotiate behind.
So the weird thing about the appraisal thing is the house didn't need to be appraised because of the location. I don't really actually fully understand, so I probably shouldn't even talk on it, but like we didn't have to go through like an appraisal process.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna just like fill people in on what that is then, just for those who might not know. Like when you are under contract on a home and you need to get financing from the bank has to come out to essentially appraise and say that yes, this home is worth this amount of financing. If there's a gap, meaning the bank says that you chose to buy it for higher than the bank is going to value it at, then you would be on the hook for having to cover the amount of that gap.
Which is why I don't understand how people were paying so much over.
That's
that
what
means
I'm
like
saying.
you must have like $1 million plus budget going for like $300,000
or something. Like, no, it's literally insane. When I bought my home, it was in 22, so it was like everything, like it was a seller's market. Okay, like people are going crazy, and I got my house for like there wasn't an appraisal gap. Like it would appraise for way higher than I offered, which is amazing, because if that happens, you immediately walk into equity. Because if I wanted to turn around the next week and sell it for 10 grand or however much higher, that means that according to the market, it kind of would be worth it, or that you would have chances of selling it for that higher amount. So it was like insane for the time that I was buying my house that it worked out. I'm telling you, I found a gem. We loved that little home. That lasted for a year.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people had like little flips like that. And I think that's just because like, that's awesome.
The person who bought my house paid a lot of money for it. And I was like, I don't know how that's working out. But apparently, I think she had like rich parents that were backing her. I think it was like another young girl. No, seriously. I think they told me that, because I was like, I don't understand how this is happening.
There are so many things you don't think about when you're buying a home.
Like what?
That's a good question. Let me think about it.
I think
I think it's, you know, you don't realize like how much work or like how much you're going to have to think about to just like keep the house running until you buy the house. Because when you're renting,
what scared me about owning a home was knowing like you don't want to have to be in charge of things. But then I realized you just need a number of a really good handyman, and it's actually not that big of a deal.
Correct. We have a half-acre lot. That's a big one. It's one of 3 largest properties in the neighborhood. Never had to own a lawnmower before because we were renting and the lawn was just mowed. But now the debate's like, do we get a riding lawnmower or do we get a pushing lawnmower? Because it's like a massive yard. And now we got trees to worry about that like are dead. And now we have like just like random little things. And it's like, well, now you know that if you want your house to look nice, especially landscape or like on the outside, it's going to take some work. Like you're going to have to pick weeds, and you're going to have to de-weed your yard, and you're going to have to like make sure that you power wash the side of your siding so the mold doesn't go on it.
I had like a solution I would spray it on my house when I moved in. Like I was like, I had to clean this whole house. Like I went crazy. But like, it's funny, you don't know those things, and that's what's really nice about having a partner, especially one who might be a man who knows a thing or two about landscaping, because the amount of time that Hayden spends outside landscaping, and I do not lift a finger. I was dating him already by the time that I moved into my very first home that I bought by myself. I lived there by myself. I never once mowed that lawn. I never asked him to, but he came over, and whenever he would mow his lawn, he would just load up his lawnmower in his truck and come over and mow my lawn.
Luke and I are like, let's get dirty, like let's go out and start like doing stuff. But the hard part is just that we have kids also to take care of, so it's like
what's a project like you're dying to do?
In our backyard, we've got like a deck. Like a deck needs to be redone because it's like dead, so like we will do that ourselves.
Are you gonna do that? But like
nothing now.
Winter's coming. Like you have to wait till spring.
Yes, like everything would be done in the spring. We've got tons of rocks that are like pathways, and we started digging up rocks in our backyard to just kind of like put them in an isolated area so that we can see like what we're dealing with and kind of start creating like a canvas of like, okay, how do we want to redo this backyard? At the very back of our backyard, like I want to plant a bunch of trees or like pine trees or whatever so I don't have to see the neighbors. Like I want my backyard to be private. I want it to be like the botanical gardens. I just want it to be serene, private. I want to be able to be naked in my backyard and no one can see it. That's my goal.
You know one thing I will say though, we had to replace the fence almost 2 years ago now, and we did it in January. Because like we knew like the landscaper who we went with, he'd done work for us on another home before, and so he gave us a big discount because it's January. It's landscaping outside, like people don't want to do work then, so he didn't get a lot of work. And yes, he did get delayed by like snow and stuff, but we got a big discount because we were replacing a fence in January.
I just figured they wouldn't do it.
Radar. Well, maybe they'll say no. I don't know that I would guess that they just wouldn't say no, but
we have a mild enough winter where they could probably get to it before the ground really freezes.
Get delayed, I'm sure. Yeah. But like also you're probably not hanging out outside that often in the middle of January anyway. So
if
it's
you know
less
Luke,
bothersome.
That man is like out there in shorts and moccasins.
Like he probably would
with a campfire. And he's like, come join. I'm like, fuck no. What's the matter with you? It's like 15 degrees out.
I like his vibe. I think that's great.
No, it's cute at times. But yeah, I mean, there's so many. It's funny how we were both like immediately we want to make the outdoors like the best thing because we're outside all the time. So there's a bunch of like things that we'll have to do and figure out and make, but we have inspo and
good thing for Pinterest.
Something that we really want, like a goal of ours, is to get like a nice sauna in the backyard, like a nice outdoor sauna.
Every house that I've had with Hayden, he's tried to convince me to put a sauna, and like I want to, but again, we haven't gotten the opportunity to make our home the way we want it. It's just we would never, you're not going to get your money back for something like that.
Well, that thing would be moving with us no matter where we go.
Yeah, like you have to get something like...
It's like one of those like circular ones or whatever.
Oh, the big barrel sauna.
Yes.
And then like me and Hayden are going to come over and we're actually going to live here too.
We want like cold plunge, we want sauna, we want like an outdoor shower. Like there's so many things that we would love to do, but we'll start with like making it livable.
Does it make... Because like, look, I know... Luke's vision for this gorgeous outdoor kitchen because they've got
outdoor
the space for it. Well, you've got all that brick, beautiful patio that needs to be redone. Like you could just have the brick set up in a way where like you can build, you just need the concrete slabs to make the countertop, and then you leave the space to put in the grill. And then you have a whole outdoor kitchen area. Me and him were talking about it.
Okay. Well, I was not a part of this conversation.
But these are one of those things that like you wouldn't do, per him as well, you wouldn't do unless you knew you were going to be there long term, more than 5 years.
He's way more open to being here long term. I'm way more freaked out by the idea of being here long term. But when you
like have all these ideas of the ways that you could, like the things you could do to make this house just...
I know.
Amazing. It doesn't make you like a little bit like tempted to be like, all right, let's double down. Let's make it happen. Let's have what we want, because then you could have what you want forever.
Yeah, but why in Missouri?
Location, people. That's what they tell you.
I just don't want to be in Missouri.
And I will say location is very important, because you think when you sign up for a house and you sign on the dotted line, knowing what your mortgage is going to be, joke's on you. Watch your municipalities up your taxes every year, because that's been fun.
What's funny is the conversation is so us, where I'm just like, the design and this and the feels and blah blah blah, and she's like, the numbers I'm just saying, when you logistics and the numbers,
and you have to know the equity coming back, and then I'm just letting you know, people, these taxes are no freaking jokes on your properties. And every year we're getting like these tax assessments in the mail, and they'll say, hey, the house next to you sold for like $1 million, so now your house appraises for more. And we're like, actually it doesn't, because they redid their house, we didn't. So let's retry that. And then you have to go file with the courts. It's great.
I just have the same goal as you guys, in the sense of like, I want to build a house really badly.
It's like, I just want it because I want it done the way that I want it. And I know everyone does. And I feel like this is why this is why the husbands used to like build homes, because wives want it the way they want. Like, look, this episode is giving me Carrie Underwood's like the house that built me. Like vibes, like your freaking neighbor came over here and wanted to see, or your neighbor, the old owner. That's what I'm saying. He showed up. He was
that
like,
Carrie Underwood, or was that Miranda Lambert?
Oh, it's Miranda Lambert for sure. My bad. Yikes, guys.
No, you're country artist.
I didn't grow up in country, y'all. My dad really hates country music, so this is a new endeavor of my adulthood.
Like, you just happened to talk to like, I was obsessed with Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert, so I was just like,
could have been.
But I used to sing that song all the time.
I loved that
playing
song.
My guitar.
And it literally, you play the guitar?
I mean, not anymore, but I used to.
Because it so is like, your neighbor showed up here and he wanted to see the home. Like, just a second, I swear I'll leave. Don't need nothing but a memory.
Stop it. Oh my God. Because if I get chills, that means truth. And I'm like, that's what chills are.
I like the...
Means truth.
Okay, where did you hear that? What is that? What do you mean?
My brother told me it, and
we believe it.
Yeah, because I'm just going to keep getting chills and it freaks me out.
But I will say though, I love that you walked in this house and you guys both just had like that moment of knowing.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's just that like Hayden and I went to see this house and it had a lot of bells and whistles and we thought it was going to be like funsy and perfect. And I was like, I mean, like, I'm fine walking away with it. Like, I don't feel like I had like this feeling that people talk about, but I don't think I've ever really like had that about a house.
I think you will when you kind of find the one that you're kind of just like, do we both like this? Okay, like you see it and then you're just like, fuck yeah.
I feel like I'm like a slow burn. Like I need to like go home and like stare at pictures and like compare it with my Pinterest board.
Yeah,
and
well, because you're about to drop a pretty penny on
then,
something.
Like,
you're like, let me make sure I
head.
actually really do like this.
All
and
of the projects.
And then I'm not just getting like wooed by
like
the
what
finishes
can I do
and whatever.
Because I've also seen that happen before too. I mean, I've seen that happen a lot of times, getting wooed by the finishes, and I literally like the finishes are so nice, like they're a nice touch to have, but it is about people, it is about square footage, it is about location. Because and it is, I get why it's bathrooms and kitchens that sell homes, because that is the hardest project to do. You can paint, you can do your floors, you can dabble in whatever else, but your kitchen's going to be a lot to do, and you know that going in, and it's like, if you can find a piece of that's the character that you like and you want to capture about those pieces, you're probably not going to change the layout of the house severely. You're probably not going to do a full addition onto the house to add on square footage. And you can't, no matter how much you love your house, pick it up and move it even 2 blocks down the street if that's where the nice area is and you just were on the wrong side of the tracks. You can't. So just, if you're looking at a house, that's my 2 cents. Only focus on those things is really what's important. You get to move in and spend time making it yours.
Yeah. And I will say that it was really great to actually be on the same page as your partner, because like everything we looked at, we were like on the same page with like everything. I mean, it was not like a controversial thing to like none of it was controversial. We were just both either like yes or both no.
Did it
and
make
we
you
do
like
that
impressed with yourselves? Like I would be like, oh my god, good for us.
We are
like,
really like that with like a lot of like big decisions, which is comforting to know that, because
that you're still on the same page.
No, like when you're having to make such a big decision and you're not on the same page, that makes it way more difficult.
It's nice to not have to like. It feels like almost like wasting time to explain yourself. You're like, I'm sorry, like you don't see what I see. Like, do we really need to have a conversation, or can I just tell you that I'm right? Let's move on.
Someone get me a projector so I can project my my brain onto the screen so you can see what I'm thinking of.
We're good. Everything's fine.
But yeah, it's we moved in October.
Yeah, your daughter loves this house.
Not October. It's October now. What am I talking about? August.
Good for us.
Feels like October.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see where it takes us and where it goes. But I think also like YouTube's going to become your best friend, because there's so many things you're going to just start doing yourself. Like there's so many things that's like, I don't need to pay for someone to do that. I can do it myself. And there's so much reward in like actually building your home.
There is, and there's some things that you think are complicated, and just look it up on YouTube. You watch one video and it's like, oh my god, I would have fucking paid for that. Like that's so damn easy. Yes. And there are so many little tiny things, and it's not actually that crazy to be in charge of like switching out your air filters and like the little things that you're used to the maintenance people doing. You can handle it. You're gonna be okay. It's all good, you guys.
Anyways, thanks for listening. I hope that like filled in the little gap of
where we are.
Yeah, where we are with our personal lives. My personal life. Anyways, love you. Bye.